this is going to make you stand out as well. This is ultimately going to get them to get the changes that they want. This is going to get them referring other people in. And this is going to be able to allow you to charge more for your services too, because you're providing such a unique service. Hi, I'm Scott Schutte.
And I'm Dr. Janine Steester.
Welcome to Becoming the Ultimate Coach with the Jock
and the Doc.
We are here to disrupt some of the current thinking around how the fitness industry approaches clients. Our goal is to educate and inspire fitness professionals to get the results, income, hours, and career that they want and deserve.
Our combined experience in education in psychology and fitness create a new insight on ways to become the ultimate coach.
Welcome to Becoming the Ultimate Coach. I'm the Jock. This is the Doc. And today we're going to talk about adding a service that all your clients need and that will help you stand out. So if you looked at any of our past episodes, we went over a lot of things, a lot of goal clarification, a lot of defining happy, measurements, root causes, a lot of these different things. And these topics need to be had in a one-on-one private setting. If you have these conversations out on the floor when people are tired, not really going to be able to hear you. You're not going to be able to kind of figure out what's going on in their head and really make impact of long-term changes for your clients. And so we call it weight loss behavior coaching. It's a service that we have at our gym that we meet one-on-one with our clients so we can talk about everything that they're doing outside the gym. And this is where we talk about becoming the ultimate coach, because we're looking at all the different aspects. We're making sure that we clearly know what their goals are. We're making sure that they're hitting the minimum effective dose to make those changes. And we're making sure that we're lining up everything that they're doing, everything that they want, and making sure that they're ultimately reaching their goals. And the reason why your clients need this is because they can find a hard workout in 100 different places in town. That is not hard to do. You as a coach, if you can figure out these pieces, setting up the goal, getting them to make those long-term changes and to help them reach their goals, this is going to make you stand out as well. This is ultimately going to get them to get the changes that they want. This is going to get them referring other people in. And this is going to be able to allow you to charge more for your services too, because you're providing such a unique service. Janine, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, of course, I echo what you've said already, and I think that there's a couple of sort of misconceptions and maybe a little understanding that we all have to have. One of the misconceptions is that we hear a lot from clients, how much do I need to work out to lose X amount of weight or to get this? And a lot of people think, and I think you've said this before, is that they can kind of work out a bad diet, or they can just, if I work out enough, all of a sudden all these magical changes that I want can happen. And for some things, absolutely all the workouts are super imperative, and they're certainly part of the puzzle. But what else do your clients need? And do they understand that there's other facets to this aside from just showing up at the gym? Then the other part, the education part for me, is that a lot of times, and I've talked to several, particularly young coaches who will say like, oh, we do that on the training floor. We're always talking about what they're eating and what they did this weekend, and I always remind them, back off from the alcohol or do this. And their assumption is because their client's like, oh, okay, yep, I mean, sure, I can try that they're actually processing it. And what I try to remind people is when you first learned to drive, if you can remember back then, everything was a thought, right? Like, okay, where's the key go and what button and where does my feet go and check my back mirror. And now most of us drive somewhere and we don't even remember getting in the car and starting it and backing it out. We just go, it's automated. And my point is that when we're in the gym, you're asking me to lift weights, do different movements than I normally do. My cognitive bandwidth is spending a lot of time on that motoric movement. So unless I've been an athlete all my life and I'm used to some of these things, or a trainer myself, that's going to take a lot more effort for me to really process. So when you're talking to me, I might be acknowledging, but then it's also why when our clients leave us and we check back with them the next time they come in, like, hey, did you add that collagen to your coffee, or did you do that? Oh, no, I forgot. It's not stuck in their short-term memory, and they weren't able then to put it in their long-term. They're just trying to survive the workout. So part of it is also understanding how people learn, how they get information, and they need the bandwidth to absorb the information, ask good questions, and then have repetition.
And part of this too is just a mindset shift for the clients. So a lot of them come, they're like, okay, I want to start training 3 times a week. If I start training 3 times a week, then I'll lose 20 pounds, right? I'm like, I don't know. You'll get stronger. I will put money on that. Could we put on some muscle with that? possibly, depends on the food too. But if we know they want to lose weight, if we know that they have some of these unhealthy habits that we need to adjust, which most people do, then we need to really break that down. So if we have this set time that we can meet with them and we can go over their mindset, we can go over their nutrition, we can go over their stress management, we can go over very clear goals, all these different pieces, then we can help them shift that. If they're just coming in and working out, and I've seen this as a long time ago when I was this young trainer just giving people hard workouts, it was a roll of the dice whether they got the results that they wanted or not, because it depended on what they were doing outside of this. Now I'm taking control of that. I'm helping guide them the direction they want to go, and then I have a better knowledge of what the outcome is going to be. Now, some people just come and they just want to work out. That's totally fine. If that's their goal, is just to get some movement in and get stronger, maybe I don't need to do this service. But the majority of the people I see have clear goals on losing body fat, losing weight, and so we need to get into all these things that they're doing outside the gym. The other thing that's important about this too is, like, I get people coming to me to do this service that don't train at my gym. They love doing some other sort of training. They got another gym that they're in love with, or they love doing CrossFit or Pure Barre or Pilates, or they just love to run, all these things. But I can still be this coach that's kind of overseeing what their bigger plan is and help guide them along the way. So this is a way to get some new unique clients in. This is definitely the way to get the results that they want. And ultimately, it's a way to make you stand out, because you'll be known as the coach that gets results. And you're getting these results because you're going into these areas most coaches are scared to go into.
And I think a couple of other advantages of that too is that you can also do this service virtually. So if somebody's traveling or things are a little shut down, or they need to stay at home for a variety of reasons, which we've seen more recently in the past year, you can still provide this and keep them healthy and on track through this, because you can do it through a Zoom or on the phone, those type of things. And then the other part of it is that it's quality time for them to really explore some things, and it allows them to think about their whole lifestyle, how you're contributing it, those suggestions. And then also thinking about all the other things they're doing and kind of combining that. And rarely people get that time to really sit down and look at all those facets, have somebody listen to their goals. And the other thing is, a lot of us need to talk through some of the things that we want to do to further really identify it. And so a lot of times in our heads, you might have clients that are saying, like, in their head, like, weight loss or this, and then when they start talking to you, you realize that they really have other goals. And it's more about, the weight loss is really more about being able to play with their grandchildren, or being able to tie their shoes without discomfort, or go to a concert and be able to handle the stairs, things like that. And so when we really find out what they're passionate about and we have that quality time, we're able to do that with them. And then again, as an extra service that you have, as coaches, it allows you to get off the floor a little bit, have some variance in your day, and charge more.
Absolutely, and this is why we actually created the course Weight Loss Behavior Coaching, is because I've been doing this for over 16 years now. There's tons of certifications out there, different ways to lift weights, different ways to write programs. I mean, we can go sticks to kettlebells to maces to all these different things, but all these things, which can be beautiful workout tools, are just really helping on that physical side. What this industry is really lacking is teaching people how to have these more meaningful conversations with people, so that they can actually know how to make the changes outside the gym. They know how to monitor what's going on. They know how to meet those root cause behaviors so they can have long-term changes. So I kind of challenge you to think about that as you're looking for your next educational course of, like, okay, what's going to help my clients the most? What's going to make me stand out as a coach the most? And this is something that can add a new service, which we charge about double from our regular personal training prices for this one, because it's so unique and no one else in town does this. And ultimately, we got into this business because we want to help people. We want to see changes. Like, that's what makes this career so fulfilling. And so by providing this service, You make more money, you can have better hours, and ultimately you can get better results for your clients, and that's what we're in this for.
And just look around, start noticing different organizations, listen to the TV commercials, things like that. This notion of behavior change and more comprehensive look at environment to get people along their fitness and health journeys. We're talking about it more. We probably should have been talking about it for decades, but we're talking about it a little bit more. So more of your clients are starting to hear about this, think about this, talking with their friends. So you providing that is going to be essential. You will be the go-to people to be able to do this.
Perfect. Until next time. See you then.